Oh man, it's a little late. It's not, I guess it's not too late. I just got out of Hardcore Henry. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's been out for about a week, of course. 6 months ago, 10 months ago, it did the festival circuit. And it got a lot of press, and it got a lot of hype, produced by that big Timur Begzov, the great Russian director. Hardcore Henry, a kind of a first-person action film. Not the first-person action film, not the first-person film, horror film, but the fact that it's not the first, it doesn't necessarily have to be the iPod wasn't the first, MP3 player. The this and that wasn't the first. But it blew my mind. It's an incredible film. I would have watched it opening weekend because I was waiting for that Cinemark. It had been hyped in Cinemark XD, Extreme Digital. Basically, the Cinemark XD is like the luxury, the gigantic, like a wall theater. I mean, if you're near a Cinemark XD theater, go to it. And Hardcore Henry was hyped as being that. Part of that, but the XD theaters are playing, whatever, Batman v Superman, whatever. So Hardcore Henry's not in that theater yet, at least. So I was able to catch it actually at a different theater, not even a Cinemark theater. Oh my god, Hardcore Henry. Oh, this is the movie you have to see. This is the only thing I can really just compare it to, the kind of experience, is something like Run Lola Run. Just that pure adrenaline, the energy, the best of Luc Besson, where it's just like things are coming at you, warring from all sides. I didn't get motion sickness. I was able to follow the story. Sharlto Copley as Jimmy. The many deaths of Jimmy and I mean, basically it's just it's a chase film. That's the whole plot. It's a guy chasing with some obstacles, and I mean it feels like the best first-person action game film cinema experience. It's a totally visual experience, and it has that kind of energy and verve of the great action films that just come out of nowhere. And this film came out of nowhere, man. It's a real tiny little movie, partially funded on Kickstarter, shot in Russia out of nowhere, but and then the whole idea of this zombie army from that albino Ewan McGregor guy, who's not really Ewan McGregor, but he might as well be Ewan McGregor. In fact, he looks better than Ewan McGregor. He's better looking than Ewan McGregor. Just hire him instead of Ewan McGregor. He's great, and he's got a cool little accent too. And I didn't quite get the fact that he wants this zombie army for some reason. His motivation really reminds me of that motivation, that Steve Jobs looking guy in The Vindicator. It's just like he just wants to make an army of stuff, the army of robots to fight and take over the planet. I mean, that's what the guy in Hardcore Henry does. He wants to make this army of robot zombies, cyborgs to take over the world, I guess. I don't know. But then he seems like he has all these powers that he can just push matter around and fly around. So I'm not sure why, whatever. He seems like some kind of some weird Japanese film this guy has run out of. Oh my god. Believe the hype. Believe everything you've heard about it. If you don't see this movie and you're a fan of unusual film, cult film, shame on you. Because if you have the opportunity, you absolutely need to see this film. It is an absolute obligation. It is not a choice. It is an obligation to see this interesting film, this interesting work, because I can't really, watching it is just beyond words. It's such a visceral experience and such a pure experience. It's sexy, it's violent, it's funny as hell. It has this streak of black humor running through its spine. It's something crazy. And the whole thing with, I mean, I just, it's like, and there's so many things going on in the frame at any one time. It's like I want to, immediately, it's one of those films that after you finish watching it, you immediately want to go back and like, man, I gotta go see this again. I gotta see what the hell is going on. I gotta study this thing, the frame by frame, like some kind of document, like some kind of holy document, this holy Bible of a new way of filmmaking in a way, because they're many first-person films, but they're rather boring. They lean on something. This thing, and of course there's so many first-person music videos. I mean, that became a whole genre unto itself. First-person short films. I mean, it's very, the director of Hardcore Henry did that stuff. I mean, like Smack My Bitch Up, and that's, stuff, where you see all this stuff. But then to put it into something feature length and to have this rhythm and flow to it, like Hardcore Henry, I think is something unique and special, and something that, you're thinking kind of like it took long enough to do that, to do this. Somebody hasn't come. Well, it took the generations of portable, lightweight, high definition cameras like the GoPro, that kind of generation, and a whole new generation of visual effects in order to make this thing real. I mean, the first person movies with film, very limited to what they could do. So, Hardcore Henry, I'm not going to bore you with the rest. It's what else can I say about it? Great film, interesting movie. I mean, it's definitely a must-see, an obligation for a fan of unusual, strange film. See it. I mean, my God, it's not very often when something this unusual an artifact gets this wide a release anymore. It just doesn't quite happen in that way. So it's definitely a curiosity. Love it or hate it, love it or leave it. It's here, and there's something unusual and special about it. And I hope you recognize that in the same way that I have.